Black Clover is back. And honestly, what happened in this chapter is what I was afraid was going to happen, which is the fact that Asta is so powerful, he doesn't need help from anyone. Alright, so let's start from the beginning, where Sister Lily was actually surprised that Asta was there. Like, she was the one who teleported him away, but apparently she must have done that subconsciously, which I figured she did, because she legit was like, wait, you're alive, Asta? Asta and Libe then have a little conversation about how this monster, Boogeyman, has the ability to transform into what you fear. And Asta's like, okay, that makes a lot of sense because there's no way each kid would have lost in a head-on fight. Which is kind of interesting because Libe also doesn't have magic, so the fact that he could tell that what this thing was and that it had this kind of magic off the rip without being able to sense magic is actually kind of interesting. I wonder how he did that. Ural then starts to basically mock all of the samurai, basically laughing at them, saying that they were pathetic and that their hearts are weak and that they're supposed to be the strongest in this country. So, since the samurai have basically been beaten down, he then decides to target Asta, and the boogeyman then transforms into Asta, but one that is filled with self-doubt and everything. Basically, Asta's greatest fear is that he's just not strong enough. He's a weakling. The boogeyman says that he'll never be the Wizard King and then he'll never be as strong as Yuno. And then Asta just cuts him in half. He just completely ignores it. Because the whole point of Asta's training up to this point for this entire arc was to overcome that weakness of doubting himself. So basically, this was the perfect opponent to prove that Asta has gotten past, that little hiccup that was making him unable to be the strongest that he can be. Asta basically acknowledges that he'll never be like the prodigies, like Yuno, like Yami, like any of the royals. Like, he just doesn't have it in him to be that way. He wasn't born that way. But he doesn't want to be that way. The kind of Wizard King he wants to be is the one that succeeds, gets stronger through sheer hard work and determination. And so that is his goal. Just keep working harder and harder and harder until he is the strongest. Ural can basically sense this out of Asta and immediately goes into combat, like using, seems to be some kind of body enhancement magic called beast hunting, which basically gives him the movements and fighting style of a wild animal, but at the same time makes him extremely fast. Like, he's just zipping around Asta like a crazy lunatic. And he declares he's going to kill Asta in a single strike, which I believe it. That sounds very much like what an animal would do. They would always go for the throat or some kind of a weak point to kill their prey instantly. This doesn't mean shit because Asta immediately just cuts him right down the arm, right where the attack was coming from. And the insane thing is that Asta doesn't just stop the attack. First off, he one-shots the dude, so it's insane. Like, Asta isn't even in full Devil Union. In fact, Asta doesn't need to be in Devil Union at this point because the way he's able to defeat this dude is by separating him from his paladin power. Yeah, that's right. As long as Asta can feel the source of the magic, as long as he knows where it's at, he's able to now just nullify all magic, period. Doesn't matter what it is, even magic that has been connected to one's soul. So yeah, this dude is no longer a paladin because Asta cut him with his sword. That's it. Just a single strike, Asta immediately nullifies this guy's entire ability and wins. Which means as long as Asta can land a single blow on you, he wins. Period. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how strong your magic is. A single blow from Asta auto wins, which is the most OP fucking ability anyone can have at this point. That is ridiculously just, like, he's basically Saitama at this point. He then turns to Sister Lily and declares that he's going to free her as well, which he most likely will in the next chapter unless she teleports the fuck out of there to warn Lucius, which she most likely will do. I can't imagine Asta will be able to save Sister Lily in the next chapter. I can imagine she's more of an end goal at this arc kind of thing. I think saving Sister Lily would be more of a dramatic thing than just Asta just tapping her with his sword and just being it. I think it's going to be way more elaborate. At least that's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, Asta is now just the ultimate counter, period, for anyone at this point. Yeah, the chapter was cool, and I'm glad that Asta figured out his way forward past his, doubts. But once again, the best part of Black Clover are the group fights. So now that it's just the Asta show, yeah, that sucks. I really, really, really hope that the fight with Lucius is still Asta, Yuno, and Noelle. Like, it requires the three of them. Like, the man is so fast, he sees so far into the future, that for Asta to get that one hit in, he needs the other two. I am still praying to God that is how this goes. Because one-on-one is just not Black Clover. But yeah, I don't think Sister Lily's going to stick around. I can't imagine she's going to risk being taken out by Asta without warning Lucius, so she's probably going to take herself and the other dude and just teleport out of there and just use the dragon as a way to distract Asta for like 3 seconds before he kills the thing to basically get away. But yeah, that's it for me for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked this chapter more than I did. Please subscribe, give a thumbs up so you enjoy more Black Clover and other anime things. Thank you and have a great day.